Frazer Clarke versus Wardley in the best heavyweight fight so far this year. That was pure entertainment. It was a good matchup on paper, got people excited, and it delivered in the ring. Now, to me, going into this fight, I didn't see how Frazer Clarke could win this fight. No performance he has had before showed me that he could compete with a contender in the heavyweight division. This performance did show me that. He stood to the basics. There's a trend that's been happening in boxing this year. You've seen it in a Shaki Foster fight, you've seen it in a Raymond Ford fight, and you've seen it in this fight. In a close fight where both guys' energies are dipping. The guy with the basics, the straight shots, the 1-2s, is able to apply his game in the later rounds to be more effective than his opponent, who has the wide shots. Frazer was able to stay in this fight when Wardley had big dips in energy because Wardley, who is a talented guy, who has a lot of ability, more ability to me than Clarke, but showed very low level ring IQ, in my opinion, because he would find things that were successful and then completely forget about doing them, as such as the jab, which he was out jabbing Clarke. When he finally went to fighting a style that was like building on something, he starts his fight just winging shots, thinking, I'm just going to catch him, he's going to get hurt. That doesn't come. He ends up losing the rounds. Then he finds his jab, and he starts outboxing Frazer, then gets away from it. Back to winging shots, missing shots, losing energy, and Frazer, in the rounds where he just dips energy, and even though his energy's dipping because he's getting cover shots, he gets dropped, just stays consistent. 1-2s, 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 1-2s. And it just wins him consistent round throughout the fight. Then Frazer would struggle when Wardley has his energy back and he's able to do the dynamic things was able to do. And then he takes control back of rounds, and they did that all the way to the end. And in the 12th round, when Wardley has nothing to save anymore, so it's a mental thing now, you're tired in the 10th, you're tired in the 11th because you know we have another thing to do, another round, I gotta save a little energy. But in the 12th, you have no energy. There's nothing, I got nothing to save it for. You suddenly feel all the energy you have, you're able to feel all the energy you have, and you're able to use it all. And that's what Wardley did. So when Wardley had energy, he was able to put it on Frazer. So it was a great fight. To me, it rose both guys' stocks. I seen how they could both be effective, and I seen both their weaknesses. Clarke's a real basic guy. He's not going to be able to change strategies or add more dynamics to it. No, this is what he is. But there's some effectiveness to him. Wardley has a lot of talent. But is he going to be able to, it's only going to be able to capture it and possess it and let him follow a game plan? Or is he just going to be a guy that slugs it out and tries to use his gifts to get him through these fights? I would love a rematch in this fight. That was a fantastic fight. But if each guy goes a separate way, especially with the Saudi thing going on, or all these just other heavyweights able to match up, let's do that too. You're in no bad spot here with either guy. That was a great fight. And a draw was extremely acceptable. I scored it for Wardley, but a draw was extremely acceptable. I don't think you could have it for Clarke. But I think a draw, I'm perfectly fine with.